Kalal Wahawadlaya Hawabasham Yoshai Basham Kakudash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of great millstone that rule and teach well, peace and salutations to the brothers in the four corners of this earth, pushing this word in truth, also in sincerity. Brother Manat is out another short video. You know what I mean? I would have posted this link to our Facebook video in the group chat. Really great information. So I'm gonna try to see if I can pull it back from the top so we could get every bit of information out of it, alright?
The technological singularity has to do primarily with the technology of the 5G towers, which have been upgraded to 6G terahertz, which is 1,000 times more powerful than 5G waves. We now have millimeter waves under 6G terahertz. If you don't know what I'm talking about, look it up. Then we have NATO airplanes dumping smart dust particulates, biosensors full of graphene, aluminum, titanium, lithium, strontium, barium, etc., arsenic poison, probably. Anyways, they've been dumping that like every 10 minutes, 16 hours a day, everywhere in the world for 2 years now. And previously, they were dumping it at a slower pace. That's 7G technology. In other words, it's still the 6G terahertz electronic energy, but now that energy is bouncing off all the air pollution, all the particulates in the sky, and it's bouncing off all the bunny rabbits and squirrels and birds and bees. Bees are all augmented now with the smart dust. All the humans are out there running and cycling and getting out and hiking up Half Dome in Yosemite Park and going to see what's left of Glacier National Park. There are no glaciers in Glacier National Park. If you didn't know, it's Glacier National Park minus the glaciers. But if you're out there getting exercise and feeling good about yourself, just know you're polluting the heck out of your skin, your eyes, your breathable air, your lungs are ingesting all of these nanoparticulates, which include biosensors, which hook you up to the cloud, which hook you up to each other and turn you into a human antenna. And God forbid if you're vaccinated and boosted, or you get a flu shot, or you go to the dentist a lot and get lidocaine injections, you are aglow. You are aglow with radio frequency. But my point is that whatever radio frequency weapons that we had 5 years ago are greatly enhanced by the air pollution and the weather warfare, because not only can the pollution particulates in our sky that linger for days, not only are those particulates capable of tracking and targeting humans in zip codes, they also can modify the weather. They can make a cold day colder, a hot day hotter. They can make it windy when it's not. They can be used to make it rain and then rain down the particulates into the groundwater and onto the lawn in your park and into your children's playgrounds.
Yeah, so there you have it, you know. The real, you know what I mean? It's all a diligent search. It's all a diligent search, boy. So either way, they're doing their jobs. So we have to go twice as hard as ours, you know. Psalms, I believe it's 64 and verse 6, if I'm not mistaken. Lovely. As our brother once tell me, read it from the top. Right? Psalm 64 and 1. It says, hear my voice, O power, in my prayer. Preserve my life from the fear of the enemy. Right? Hide me from the secret counsel of the wicked, from the insurrection of the workers of iniquity. Yeah, because you know what I mean, there's a secret council leaders we having consistently. You know what I mean? Some of them under the guise of political meetings such as the G4 summit, so on and so forth. All these, you know what I mean, political meetings where all the high-ranking officials of certain governments and certain hemispheres or certain countries that will meet up and, you know what I mean, discuss the future of how they're going to keep or maintain control over the populace. You know? Verse 3. Who whet their tongue like a sword and bend their bows to shoot their arrows, even bitter words, that they may shoot in secret at the perfect. Suddenly do they shoot at him and fear not. The perfect being who? The elect of the Lord. Alright? Because they know the Lord is coming back. You know, for a fact, they know who the loved ones of the Lord are. So they try to damn us every day, or try to make us damnable every day. You know what I mean? The vessel unto honor and the vessel unto dishonor. And now they're trying to make everybody dishonorable. You know what I mean? Alright? It says, verse 5. They encourage themselves in an evil work, Salakia, in an evil matter. They commune of laying snares privily. They say, who shall see them? You know what I mean? Because, hey, Job 9 and 24, the earth is given into what? The hands of the wicked. You know? So they want to know who will see them, who could stop them. You know what I mean? Close brothers always say, but if it's not for divine intervention, we do. You know? And is that as playful as the sentiment may be, hey, that sentiment have a whole severe weight. You know what I mean? The real weight that sentiment have. Alright? Verse 6, they search out iniquities. They search out sins, boy. Sins, compound sins, boy. They accomplish a diligent search, both the inward thought of every one of them and the heart is deep. Right? The inward thoughts of every one of them is deep. And the heart is deep, boy. You know what I mean? So they're not taking nothing light. They're doing nothing halfway. You know what I mean? They're on fire for wickedness. You know what I mean? As it says in Amos, I believe that's roughly paraphrasing, the wicked will do wickedly. You know what I mean? They will do wickedly. Yeah? They will do wickedly. This is wickedness. You know what I mean? You know, the man says, so when you think you outside, you know, the elders and them just be going on walk and talks, they just be walking for miles and so on and so forth, back and forth. You know what I mean? You can't even keep yourself healthy. Out in nature. One of the supposed healthiest environments, natural nature. You know what I mean? They corrupt even that. Even that they corrupt. Yeah? But the Most High will take it light. No, the Most High won't take it light. Because as we read on, verse 8, it says, verse 7, Salakia, but power shall shoot at them with an arrow, suddenly shall they be wounded. So they shall make their own tongue to fall upon themselves. All that see them shall flee away. Right? Yeah. The Lord will shoot at them with an arrow suddenly. Shall they be wounded? You know what I mean? Go to the book of Job. Alright. Let me see if I can pull it up here. Where was I? Psalm 64. That's not. Let's see if I can write that. I'm just lucky about it. Job, I believe it's 5:21 if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Job 5:13. Right? It says, outside of 12, Salakia, Job 5:12. I don't know why I thought 21. Right? It says, he disappointed the devices of the crafty, so their hands cannot perform their enterprise. Right? He taketh the wise in their own craftiness, and the counsel of the froward is carried headlong. Right? So they cannot perform their enterprise. You know, all these laying a snares privily, so on and so forth. The man said we want from 5G, 6G, and 7G. We on 7G. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That is what the man saying in the video. Right? Everything is poison. That we saying everything is poison. So the scripture where you talk about tribulation never seen since the beginning. Right, let me see if I can pull it up here. Alright. Since the beginning. New Testament. Matthew 24:21. Right, it says, for then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor shall ever be. Yeah, because in this time in here that we in, the latter days, the days where it say, with Revelation 12:12 is playing out hardcore. You know, the devil come down on us having great wrath because you know what, he have a short time. Alright? We see where he pouring out his wrath. You know what I mean? So when you think he take a day off, no, that is when he's going overtime. That is when he's going overtime. Look at what they're doing. You know what I mean? And the Lord is going to take them in their own craftiness. They don't know it. They can't grasp that. They can't fathom that all the deep search they do, they can't search out the Lord. Because it's not given unto them to know. You know what I mean? It's not given unto them to search out the Lord. Right? So the whole thing about it is that Esau Edom going ever so hard, ever so fervent for their duties. We have to be even more fervent in ours. You know what I mean? Look at this man, Anderson. Look at this man of atrocity. You know, the word sin is a small word, boy. Oh gosh, boy. It's too small to comprehend the thought I have on it. You know what I mean? Look at the atrocity from genocide to man-made famine, man-made drought. You know what I mean? And the poisoning people, the poisoning the populace, as a matter of fact. You know what I mean? The man said even in your rain. You know what I mean? When they make the GMO rain, if you would, you know, even in the rain, the poisoning the water, the ground itself, the earth itself, man. You know, and that is a hell of a thing. That is a hell of a thing. I think I have one more precept here. You know? I'll never go find it, boy. That's not bear with me 1 second. Yeah. Job is in the book of Job again, Job 20 and 23. The 80 precept, I just paraphrase it wrong in my head. Alright? I will start from 22. It says, in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. It says, when he is about to fill his belly, power shall cast the fury of his wrath upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he is eating. Right? It go rain upon him. You know? So the Most High will take them in the craftiness. It's so because they craft it so diligently by that you can't get away. You can't get away. So you know what the Most High go do? He will make sure they do get away. You know what I mean? That's what he say while he eating, you know? While he thinking he get through. While he thinking, yeah, but we have them. Nah, well, they are nothing. Is the Lord have it, boy? Is the Lord have it? While he eating, the Most High will rain his wrath upon him. You know? Because these man of atrocities, hey, this can't go unpunished. This can't go unpunished. They have been doing this for far too long. You know what I mean? And they seen it come to fruition today. They seeing it effective today. All manner of unspeakable diseases, pestilence, so on and so forth. You know? So, hey, I hope the video is edifying. I hope it's back food for thought among the Akim watching and listening through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai. Until next time, Shalom.